kind of as a throwback to your throwback days, I thought that we should play Two Truths and a Lie.
Okay.
This for listeners who haven't been in college recently or gone to summer camp or anything like that. Two Truths and a Lie, it is exactly what it sounds like. I'm going to tell David Hansen two truths and a lie, and he has to pick out which one is which.
Okay, go.
Do you think...
Are these all banking related, or is this just like your life?
Oh, well, I could tell you two truths and a lie about me.
Let's go. Let's stay in the banking zone. Maybe.
Okay.
Better idea.
I have, they're financially related is what it is.
Okay.
Okay. Do you remember Countrywide?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Just in case.
I worked at, I don't know if you know this, I worked at Bank of America before I worked here.
No, I did not know that.
So yes, I didn't buy Countrywide. I wasn't involved in that decision, so I don't lose all credibility. But I was there during the kind of aftermath of digesting it.
That must have been
trying to digest it.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Bank of America really needed some Tums for Countrywide.
Yeah, so Countrywide, yeah, I'm familiar.
So just for our listeners, just in case you don't know or don't remember Countrywide, they were a subprime mortgage lender that was really active before the financial crisis. I actually was looking up some statistics on them. It turns out that they were responsible for 20% of all mortgages issued pre-financial crisis, which is insane. And it was something like 3.5% of America's GDP was accounted for by Countrywide.
Wow. Which
is nuts. But anyway, back in the midst of the financial crisis, Bank of America decided to purchase Countrywide. It's 2008. They bought them for $2.5 billion. And this is a decision they would come to regret in the next 8 years because they spent around $20 billion in fees, legal fees and bad mortgages and everything associated with Countrywide. This is my first fact.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Taking notes.
Okay, good. You're very organized. In 2008, a London man who banked with Lloyds got pretty mad at them, and so he changed his telephone banking password, which I did not know was a thing, to what in American English essentially translates to Lloyds blows chunks.
Okay.
And some bank staffer got really mad and changed it to no it doesn't, without telling him, which he realized when he attempted to call in. The bank refused to let him change it to either Barclays is better or censorship.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe he's still trying to change his bank password to this day. I'm not really sure. And then my third fact is that this morning, Bitcoin won the right to be a payment institution in Luxembourg and thus in the rest of the EU. And this is a big deal for them because they had been kind of blocked out of the EU for quite a few years.
Luxembourg was, or Bitcoin?
Bitcoin.
Okay. What's the price of Bitcoin now? That was also a recent topic on where the money is. And I don't know if you know this, but the Motley Fool actually owns a fraction of a Bitcoin.
A fraction of a Bitcoin?
That we purchased as part of a research project a couple years ago. So.
How much is Bitcoin worth? I'm Googling it right now. It is worth $463.73 US dollars.
That may be similar to a year and a half ago. See, nothing has changed since I left this podcast.
It is similar to a year and a half ago. It's slightly higher.
Okay. All right, so two truths and a lie. I'm going to say that the Countrywide fact is a lie.
Why do you think it's a lie?
20 billion sounds low.
It is low.
Yes.
Congratulations. This is mind-boggling to me. Do you want to know how much it actually was?
I guess I do, yeah.
64 billion.
Wow.
It's a lot of money.
So 2 billion, purchased for 2.5?
Around that. I think they said that when all was said and done, they spent around 4 billion with like all the shenanigans of like actually having to purchase it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
64 billion.
And total, Bank of America has spent around $195 billion settling problems from the financial crisis. On the bright side, they're done with that, so maybe they can move on.
It's really crazy to step back and think about it in aggregate. Like I said, we're less than 10 years out of this cycle or from the event of the financial crisis, which I think we're going to look back in 40 years and be like, wow, 2016 was still really close to the financial crisis. Like,
yeah, it's only 8
years
ago.
or so is not, in the scheme of history of like these huge banking crises, we look back and 8 years is still relatively close. So it's going to take a long time for this to fully be in the rearview despite them having to still pay out 100-something billion. I think it'll still be around for a couple more years.
Yeah. Well, and things changed a lot with the financial crisis just in terms of regulations. So we don't really know 100% how it's going to shake out. And banks are still trying to come up to code. It takes longer than 8 or 9 years to come up to code because they're just so big and there's so many assets and they're complicated. Even Wells Fargo is complicated.